Two-time WNBA All-Star Satou Sabally announced that she will not be returning to the Dallas Wings for this upcoming season. Whew, that's a tough hit for the Dallas Wings community and the fans out here in Dallas who absolutely love Satou. What does this mean for the Dallas Wings moving forward? Let's get right into it, right here on the Dallas Wings Update. Welcome back to this special edition of the Dallas Wings Update brought to you by DopeContent.com. This is your host, K-Lou here, and we are here to talk about Satou Sabally announcing that she is not returning to the Dallas Wings this upcoming season. Quote, "I've already played my last game in Dallas." Whew, man. So, let me give you a rundown of what went on this morning for me personally. So, press conference happens. The Dallas Wings are introducing their new coach, Chris Koklanis. I hope I said that right. Kurt Miller and the new coach, Chris Koklanis, is here to introduce him to the media. First of all, that got changed because now it's snowing and icing in Dallas. That was supposed to be in person for the media members in Dallas, and it ended up being virtual. So, cool. We still got it done. That was around 10 this morning. It was a maybe 45-minute, 50-minute press conference. Very good press conference. But I noticed a thing as they were talking. Of course, the two main things the media members wanted to know about was what's your thoughts on the number one overall draft pick? And what are your thoughts on Satou Sabally coming back? Like, how you guys going to pursue that coming back? So as they answering questions about Satou, I'm just like listening and paying attention to body language and the facial expressions. And as they're talking this morning, I'm texting other media members, telling them I don't like these answers. I don't like the way it sounds. It seems like something has happened. Either she already told them that she's not coming back, or they're not pursuing her like we think they should. One or the other has happened. I'm texting other media members this as the press conference is going on, right? And sure enough, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours later, we get the video replay. I'm uploading it up to YouTube, and as I'm uploading it, we get news that Satou Sabally has announced that she will not be returning to Dallas. So it's man, I can't say I'm shocked, because another thing, any media member in that media room, in the Dallas Wings media room, would tell you that I was the one all last year telling folks, I don't think Satou is coming back next year. I don't think Natasha Howard is coming back next year. Me. If they tell you anybody else was saying that, they're lying, because they were arguing with me. Oh, no, they'll be back. Nah, Satou will be back. Flash might not come back, but Satou will be back. That's what they were telling me. And I just kept saying, just from the side conversations I had with them off camera, just from seeing the body language and how things were going, I'm like, these two are not coming back. And I felt more strongly about Satou not coming back than I did Natasha. Natasha, now, she wasn't coming back like the first week. As soon as the season was over, she was like, I'm done. I'm not coming back to Dallas. So, and then once Natasha did that, Natasha Howard, I started texting my media people again. I was like, now I'm really nervous about Satou, because I thought Natasha would be the one to stay if anybody left, and Satou would be the one to leave. But Natasha was out of there a week after the season was over, right? So time goes on. We have the new unrivaled 3-on-3 women's basketball debuting. You got a lot of top players going on out there. They're doing their media days and media coverage out there. And right after the press conference, the Dallas Wings press conference introducing Coach Chris, we get this announcement that Satou is not coming back. So let's get into what she said out here during the media availability. I've already communicated with Dallas how grateful I am because they've made this home for me for the last 5 years. She said Thursday at the news conference that I'm working with them together to find the next home for me because I've already played my last game in Dallas. So she is working with the team. I believe she has to, because if Dallas courts her, I believe it has to be a sign and trade to get Satou to go somewhere else, right? She said, I'm excited for free agency. I'm able to talk to a lot of players outside of the league. I'm able to talk to a lot of players out in the league because I have not played on a different team yet, and I'm excited to get to know them more on a personal level, but also how they approach the game. I keep getting these pop-ups on this screen while I'm trying to read this article. It's killing me. Let's see what else she said. Let's see if there's anything else. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So she's excited for free agency. She's able to talk to a lot of players around the league because she hasn't been on a different team yet. So she is excited about, getting to know other players on a personal level, and she's excited about knowing how they approach the game. She is working with the Dallas Wings to help her find the next home, because she's already played her last game in Dallas, and she already communicated how grateful she is to the Wings organization. And that's the gist of it, right? So much love and respect to Satou, man. Now my question is, how's Arike feeling right now? How's Arike Ogunbowale feeling right now? Because now this team's coming off probably their worst season ever after having their best season ever as the Dallas Wings. And then she loses, Odyssey Sims because the front office just couldn't do right. She loses Veronica Burton because the front office couldn't do right. She loses Natasha Howard because the front office couldn't do right. She loses Coach Trammell, who they loved, after 2 years. And then now she's losing her co-star. The foundation of the team with her, it was Arike and Satou, right? If you didn't know anything else about the Dallas Wings, it was Arike and Satou. Those were the two-headed monsters, the two-headed foundations of the Dallas Wings. The two all-stars of the Dallas Wings, right? The two faces. One of them's gone. So yes, Dallas Wings have the number 1 overall pick, but they got to hit big in free agency, because now you have a bigger hole than just the point guard position. And that leads me to the number 1 pick. I told y'all in my last video that there's no guarantee that Paige will be the first overall pick for the Dallas Wings. I mean, it's the one that makes sense, for multiple reasons, because a point guard is a need, and Paige is very popular. You got a new arena coming up that you got to sell tickets to, yada, yada, right? It makes sense to draft Paige first for a lot of reasons. But now, I don't think point guard is your biggest hole on the team. Your biggest hole on the team after losing Natasha Howard, former All-Star, Satou Sabally, former All-Star, and superstar, basically. Your biggest need is the forward position, which leads me once again to Kiki Urifan out of USC. I told y'all about her in my last video. She might be the number 1 overall pick now. She might be the number 1 overall pick. It's no guarantee that the Wings are taking Paige. It really depends on who they can trade for. As far as with Satou, Satou seems to like LA. Maybe you could trade her to LA for Derica Hamby. I would love that. Derica is a baller. Maybe you do that. The Indiana Fever fans, they seem to really love Satou. Maybe you trade her there and get a player. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe she gets traded to New York. Go play with her sisters. Like, she got a chance to taste and see what it's like, winning the championship. The whole New York arena is chanting Sabally for her sister, and she was there to see it. She was at the parade. Satou is a competitor. She wants that for herself as well. So maybe that was the deciding factor for her. She got a taste of what it's like to be a champion, even though she was just there to support her sister. And she was like, I want this for myself. So that could be the turning factor. But I'm curious to how Arike is feeling. I'm curious to see what they do with the first overall pick. And now free agency is really up there, because now you got a lot of money as well, because the contracts of Satou and Natasha are gone. I personally still think that you should find a trade for Tiara McCowan's contract. That's just me personally. Nothing personal against her, but I've just, yeah, it might have been coaching with Tiara. I don't know. But from what I've seen the last 2 years, she is a dominant player, but she's not always locked in and giving full effort, right? That's my only issue with her. Like it's a lot of pouting that goes on with her. And some games is rightfully so because the refs do not know how to call a game when Tiara McCowan is in the game. But there's other times where it's like, okay, you're pouting a little too much and you're costing the team because you're not getting back on defense. You make all this money. You one of the best centers in the league. Like, kind of expect more. So I don't know if that's a coaching thing or a Tiara thing, but I guess we'll find out this year with a new coach. Man, the Dallas Wings, man, it's not a lock to get Paige Buckers. It's not a lock. It's not a lock. They could get Kiki Irfan out of USC. It really depends on what they get in this trade for Satou and then free agency. Like, how aggressive are you going to be in free agency? Because last year you wasn't aggressive at all. You had an opportunity to build on that successful season 2 years ago, and you decided to screw it over. Basically, you did what Jerry Jones did. Bruh. And just said, no, we're good. Do more with less. Basically, that's what you did. You told Enrique and Coach T to do more with less this year, instead of building on the foundation that you set 2 years ago when you won the most games that you won in Dallas Wings history, and then you went further in the playoffs than you ever been in Dallas Wings history. You didn't build on that. You got rid of people. And it was like, yeah, go ahead and do it again. That's not fair. I'm just sorry. That was just, it was horrible. The front office was horrible last year, this past season. Just simple as that. So now that we made all these changes here in Dallas, new coach, new GM, yada, yada, new assistant general managers and all that, maybe things change around here. And maybe they are aggressive. The good thing about it is, Kurt Miller, the players love Kurt Miller. Coach Chris, the players love Coach Chris. They could possibly easily get a lot of people wanting to come to Dallas to play with Enrique and maybe Paige, right? Maybe that's their pitch. Hey, you love us. You know us. We have a track record of winning. We got the number 1 overall draft pick, and we got Enrique Ogunbowale. Maybe that's the pitch that gets people to come here. There are a lot of good free agents right now in the WNBA. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But Satou is gone. I hate it. That was one of my favorite players in the WNBA period, not just for the Dallas Wings. It's one of my favorite players. And she's like very cool, and the fans loved her here. The fans loved her here. She's cool to talk to. I mean, like, yeah, I don't know, man. Shout out to Satou. Yeah. Much respect and, blessings to you in your future endeavors. Dallas Wings, don't panic yet, fans. We still got a lot of time. We still got free agency. We still got this trade for Satou. And we got the number 1 overall pick in the draft. But to you fans, that's just say, oh, the Dallas Wings are getting Paige. Guaranteed? It's not a guarantee, especially now. It's not a guarantee. So if you end up with somebody else outside of Paige, just know who told you. That's all I'm going to say. Kiki Irfan might be the number 1 pick. And if you don't know who that is out of USC, go look her up. That's all I'm going to say. Thank y'all for joining, man. This has been another Dallas Wings update brought to you by DopeContent.com. Breaking news today for my wrestling fans. Go watch the interview I just did with the Hardys. That is on the YouTube and the website. Yeah. The press conference from this morning, that is up on YouTube. It will be on the website as well. And then this video will be on YouTube and the website. So thank y'all for y'all support as we continue to grow. Yeah. Much love to y'all. And until next time, we're out.